Hello. So I'm gonna just be talking about my experience with Omarchy. This is the first Linux OS that I've installed that I actually think I might use for the foreseeable. Anyway, I've used OpenMandriva, Debian, etc. in the past. I liked KDE Plasma. I didn't really like GNOME. It tried too hard. KDE Plasma was just perfect in my opinion. As a mainly a Windows user, but also I use Mac OS. I use all three main operating systems. I use Windows for my work mainly. I use Linux. I've got a couple of servers in the house that I run, like a home lab and media servers and stuff that run on Debian. And then I've got a MacBook, which I just used when I'm lying on the sofa to fuck about on the internet and stuff like that. So this is my main PC, which is sort of old now. I built it 5 years ago. It's in fact, I'll just do the about because it'll do the talking for me. There we go, fast fetch. So i5 2600 RTX 3070, 32 gig of RAM. It was a good PC back in the day. It still is a decent PC, to be fair. But it's aging a bit, especially with the 8 gig of VRAM. And I wouldn't really buy any new games for it these days. Like, you can play all your old games and Counter-Strike and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be buying Battlefield 6 for it. Not yet, anyway. So Windows was quite bloated, so I just decided. Also, I just don't like where the direction Windows is heading. It's just a complete violation of your freedoms, your rights, your privacy, etc. You know the score. So I'm moving myself over to completely open sourced software. Currently, my entire server is open sourced. Well, apart from the NVIDIA drivers, unfortunately, but the Nuevo drivers are just fucking, what's the point? They're shit. So I've installed Omarchy and the install was flawless. Didn't have to worry about any drivers. The only issue I did have was the Ethernet adapter. So the LAN card, it wouldn't work. Luckily I had a Wi-Fi adapter in there, so I just connected to Wi-Fi, updated the system through this option, update Omarchy, and then it fixed it. Must have installed some driver, updated some driver, and the Ethernet started working, so I was able to turn off the Wi-Fi then. I just have the Wi-Fi card. It was I needed a Bluetooth card and it came with Wi-Fi, so there you go. I have Wi-Fi. Handy for a backup. In this exact scenario, it was handy. So there you go. Now I did install my. I had to use the full drive. Obviously, I get it. Full drive encryption. Fair enough. I was happy enough with that anyway. I didn't really want to dual boot Windows. I wanted to get off Windows completely and have no reliance on it whatsoever. So here we are. So obviously it's using Hyperland. I've got a dual monitor system here. I've got a 21:9 screen and this screen here, which is 1080p. I'm just recording on this screen because it's going to be nicer for YouTube. Yeah, so let's just close this. So I've got a couple of different. I've personalized it a bit. I haven't really customized it per se. I like the idea of. I like DHH's idea of, what did he call it? Omakase or chef choice. So I'll leave it up to him. I like that. I don't want to have to worry about it. I just want to work. You can spend so long fucking personalizing shit. Just that's why I like Mac OS. It just works. I don't really have to worry about it. But the Hyperland thing is amazing. I actually really like it. I didn't think I would like it, but I do. Um, I've done some customization. So my default browser is Brave. It's not Chromium. I like Brave because I use it on all of my devices and I can sync between them end to end encrypted, which is nice. Don't like anything centralized. Don't like any of my data hosted on servers essentially. I try to keep a minimum if I can. So Brave, and then you've got your terminal. So Hyperland is really good. I can do this, and then I can open up. I've got Super Shift H. Opens up my home page. It's my home lab. And then just Super Shift and then arrows moves it about, which is lovely and fluid. I've got, if I super arrows, I can select my window, and then I can go Super Shift through. If I do Super Shift 4, it'll move it on to its own workspace. And then I can go back to Super Shift 2, which is the second monitor, and it's back to that workspace. So if I go Super Shift 4, oh, wrong one. If I hover over this Super Shift 4, move it on to the fourth workspace, and then go Super 2 and back to that workspace that I was previously. And now I only have these two windows open. So let's go back to Super Shift 4 and then, or Super 4 and then Super Shift 2 to move that back. So I like this idea here of Hyperland. I think it's just great. So I'll do Super W to close. I might change that to Super Q, because I always close apps on my Mac with Command Q. Just makes sense. Q for quit. Let me see, what have I done? So if we go to the Omarchy menu and set up key bindings, you can see here I've added in a couple of different key bindings. So I've got Super Shift W opens up my remote desktop connection, which opens up a shell script, or a bash script, that uses X-FreeRDP, or I think obviously the X-FreeRDP is for X, and then you've got SDL FreeRDP for Wayland. But the Wayland one, funny enough, even though this is running on Wayland, is a bit it's a bit buggy. So the X version works better on Wayland than the Wayland version. Linux say. So if I close this, in fact, let's just move this to number 4, and then we'll go back to 2 for a nice clean workspace. So if I do Super Shift W here, it'll just open up a direct RDP session directly to my work laptop, which if I log in, there you go. Now this is great, because if I do Super F, it's full screen, automatically resizes, and it looks like I'm just using Windows. It's perfect. I'll do Super F again. Windows is recognizing my Windows key press. That shouldn't happen. Oh well. If I do Super Enter, opens up a terminal window. Windows automatically resizes. I mean, that doesn't even look like an RDP session. That looks like just a standard window. But then I've got Windows inside it. Super J. Look at that. It's just perfect. It resizes. It's beautiful. It just fits my workflow perfectly. Because I could be doing some work on my server, and then also be doing work on my work laptop as well. Like this. Oh, there's an ad. Oh, never mind. I've got OpenSense with unbound DNS that's blocking my ad DNS requests, so it's blank. There you go. Excuse me. This game runs in the landscape. Please rotate your device. Watch this. Super. Right click. Boom. Landscape. Hit top. Let's click anywhere to start. Start a new game. Jeez, it's been a while since I played this. You're going to see some artifacts here. Slight issue with RDP on moving images. Oh fuck, I am dead. Oh, there was the artifact. It's glitching out. RDP. Oh my god, how did I do this? Right, oh shit. Anyway, you get the point. Working hard. So I can do Control minus to reduce the size of the window, Control plus to increase the size of the window, or I can hold Shift. And when I say Control, sorry, I meant Super. Or I can hold Super and then right click and use my mouse to drag the window whichever way I choose. If you have any, see this artifact here? If you have any ideas of how to fix this weird artifacting thing on RDP, could you please put it in the comments, because it's a nightmare. It works fine for like just standard usage of the PC, but if I'm watching a video it starts artifacting, or any moving stuff like that game. I think it's a Wayland issue, because I used to use X when on my previous install. What was it? Artix or something like that. I've been distro hopping for a long time. I can't remember which one I was using, but it was using X and RDP worked flawlessly. So I've nearly got this perfect. It's just some artifacting, but it still allows me to get my work done, which is good. So another thing that I've done is, if I go to setup and key bindings, if I just make this bigger, so I've got remote desktop. I've got, this is for my cameras. So this is my front camera, and this is my back camera. Now there's no shell, there's no bash script here. You can see the full command. So it's just MPV and then the RTSP stream. So the way that this is using bind D, and this is using just bind. So this means that whenever I hold in, this means that I have to hold in the key binding. As soon as I let go, it closes. So it's just a preview for my camera. There's my home page. I've changed this here to Claude. It was ChatGPT, but I pay for a Claude subscription. So if I do Control Shift A down here, I've got my fuck off wee handy assistant to help me make key binding stuff for Hyperland, because I did not comment these. Fucking, what a waste of time. Press to open. That was all Claude did that. I'm not gonna lie. This is my Super Shift H is homepage, so you've seen that already, but Super Shift H, there you go. If I want to move this over here, boom. So that's Home Lab. I'll show that properly in a different episode of Tony's PC Adventures. What else have I done? I'll show you the cameras. So I've got it set to full screen because it's just a preview, so I want to see as much of the camera as possible. So if I just do, if I'm highlighting a window on this monitor, it'll open full screen on this monitor. If I highlight a window on my other one, it'll open on the other one. So as long as my mouse is in this area, it'll open up here. It doesn't really matter anyway. So Windows Shift U, hold it in, boom, there's my camera. Let go, goes away. And if I keep my fingers on Windows and Shift and now hold I, give it a second, there's my back camera. So back camera, front camera. And that's audio as well. Yes, I need to clean up my leaves, but it's been raining, so what else have I done? Oh, I actually changed the theme. How do you change the theme? There it is there. I like this Osaka Jade theme. I think it's beautiful. So if I just, let's go to number 5. I mean, look at that. There's a way to change the wallpaper as well, so it's super control space. So each theme has a couple of different wallpapers. I think that's beautiful. There's a couple of different ones. Matte black, Nord. Obviously I'm going for the darker themes. Oh. That's pretty cool. Looks French or something. Or even New York. Tokyo Night was the original theme that came with the OS. Ristretto, couple of different. I mean, all the themes are absolutely gorgeous. Nicest themes I've ever seen in an operating system. Even that one's nice. I didn't like that one originally, but now I do. You change the theme, it changes the color scheme for like all the TUI stuff and even Chromium. Obviously I don't use Chromium, but I mean, look at this. So Chromium is the same color as the TUI. Now if I change the, how do I get it up? There it is there. If I change it to Osaka Jade, look, Chromium turns green. I mean, that is just fucking amazing. It's very Mac OS like. Matte black. Let me just move this there. That's actually a better example. So if I move this to 5 and just close this, look at this. So I go Osaka Jade there. It even changes the colors of config change. That's just amazing. I think that's gorgeous. It's so satisfying. I know that DHH had to actually create a micro fork for Chromium in order to get that to work properly. Like a command line theme change, instant theme change on Chromium. And I was actually just looking at it last night, and I think their now pushing it upstream. So it's going to be implemented in probably the next version, the next main version of Chromium, which is brilliant. I think open source is just amazing, to be honest with you. Power to the people, eh? So, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's I might actually change to this theme here for a while. I like that. There's a lot of stuff in the learn category here. So the key bindings one, I think if you just do super K, it brings up that. So if you forget a key binding, like let's say resize Windows super plus mouse 273. I'm going to say that is right click. Probably a better one is shut down system menu. No, I'm not doing this any justice, fuck's sake. But it has all the key bindings in there. The Omarchy wiki or manual is very good. I mean, I didn't have to do any YouTubing or Googling. I just read the manual and I figured out how to use it. I never really used Hyperland at all before, and now within like a day, I'm pretty quick with it, quicker than I would be if I was using just a mouse on a standard window manager. So he walks you through it. Everything happens via the keyboard. Super space to reveal the application launcher, and then you can just search Steam. Obviously Steam takes a while to load. Don't know why it's opened over there. So you can drag windows about if you hold control or hold super, and then you just click to drag the window. Or if you want to tile it again, you can do super T and it puts it back to tile mode. So you can do that with any application, super T. And now this is in window mode, I can resize it. If you really need this, you can do it, which is nice. But I like, obviously, we're using Hyperland, so let's keep the tiles activated. I'll play a game, I'll show you the gaming performance. Now this is just straight out of the box. Absolutely no optimizing done whatsoever. And it's using Proton, obviously. I'm going to start BeamNG. I'll not even compile the Vulkan shaders, I'll just skip. So this is like worst case scenario in Linux anyway. There is the Wine Windows UI. Proton is just amazing too. I remember gaming on Windows years ago, and my god, or not Windows, Linux years ago, and it was just forget about it. This is just, I can't believe, I'm so happy for the Steam Deck. It's done so much for gaming. So let's see, let's get a wee bit of a harder map here, a harder to render map. West Coast USA. Quarry. So I've also connected my if I go here, I said that I had a, oh, there's a wee, I didn't know that. It's like a wee Apple style menu bar. Let's go. Nice. So I've got the Bluetooth adapter. So if I click Bluetooth here, this is one of the only system elements that's still GUI. It's like a GNOME looking window. But I watched a video DHH said that just the terminal version of like a Bluetooth manager was just not good. So currently it's still in GUI form, but well, who cares? So I've got my PS5 controller here, so if I just turn this on, Should say connected. Boom, we're connected. So now if I go back to Steam, controller 1 connected. Look at this, I'm using my controller. You can't see it, but I mean this is running on just a one-time install version of Linux. No drivers, no optimization. Well, there is drivers, but I don't have to do anything. It just works out of the box. Look at this thing. May as well be playing on Windows. There's no difference. This is high settings as well. And I'm recording using OBS. It thinks it's 165 Hz. We'll forgive it. It's running through Proton. The fact that this even works at all, I think, is just it's just unbelievable. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. If I go and get a new, let's get a nice car. What do we want here? This one's nice, like a Honda. Oh, didn't give me the option to choose the model or the variant. Let's try that again. There we go. We'll do the Pro tuned. Fuck it. I mean, that lag has just been BeamNG. It's always been like that. But look at how smooth this is. Like, this is running through a translation layer on Linux. No shaders compiled. Recording on the second monitor. So, slight interjection at this point of the video. Basically, I fucked up my audio settings in OBS and you can't hear a single word that I'm saying. So, this is just a disclaimer. The rest of the video, the audio is fucked and you can't hear anything I'm saying, but you can skip to towards the end if you want, where I just finish the video, or you can watch the gaming performance, but just be warned, you can't hear basically anything I'm saying, so apologies for that. Asphalt Rally, replace. Let's turn it to realistic. Let's go. Engine's still running? No? Turn her on. I'm actually joking as I done this machine. this is a main Hyperland and Wayland to be able to it's not too bad. Not sure the game. Or like stop. Oh fuck, we're meant to be slow. Alright, so games work. How do I quit? God, I look like a boomer here. Quit. And then I'll close out of that. And that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching. And if you're thinking about using Omarchy and you don't mind a slight learning curve, I say go for it. If you already know how to use Hyperland, then it's a 1-1. Get on it. It's fucking great. Alright, cheers. Bye.